Yeah. We're Gideon and Cassidy.
I grew up in Guinea, West Africa.
And I grew up in southeastern Manitoba.
So the first time that we really met would have been here with Ethnos Canada's missionary training in Durham, Ontario.
We are one of 3 families that make up the current Team Arctic.
Yeah, so one of the families on the team are Brant and Lainey, and they're from Ontario, and they have 3 little kids. And the other family is Rob and Hillary, and they have 2 boys, and they're actually from Florida. People often ask us if we could just do ministry in the north in English, and that's something that we have thought a lot about and actually have talked to various people, and the answer that we have consistently got is that no, we actually need to learn Inuktitut. We need to learn the language that people speak, their heart language.
Learning a new language comes with its challenges, and it's a wonderfully unique language with a bunch of sounds that English does not use on the regular. So we do actually anticipate some challenge with that as we go, but we also think it's going to be so rewarding to work through that and to be able to communicate with people at a heart level.
Another challenge will be the weather. Often if you think of the Arctic, what comes to mind? Snow, ice, winter, dark, cold, right? And that will be a challenge. A culture that is built around the winter and the snow looks very different from a culture that is built with summer and spring and fall and winter and all these different things. And that's going to be a joy to us to experience and learn a different culture in a different setting and some of the things that come along with that.
Living in the north is really expensive, and there's a few things that play into that. Lots of places are very isolated. Where we're looking at going, roads actually don't connect any communities, and you can't just drive up to come see us. Everything gets flown in. There is snow and ice a good chunk of the year. Ships can only come up a few times throughout the year. So with all of that, life up north costs a little bit more than it does in southern Canada.
One of the realities that we've come to see is that the suicide rates are very high. They are the highest in the world in the location that we're going to, and that's about 25 times the national average of Canada. Mankind disobeyed God and lost that relationship, and God is pursuing them throughout all of human history to bring them back into a relationship with God. As we think about ministry in the north, there's a verse that often comes to mind, and it's Hebrews 1:1 and 2. When God wanted to speak to mankind in a deeper way than he had ever spoken to us before, what did he do? He entered our world as a baby, and he learned how to talk, he learned how to walk, how to eat, how to play, how to work. He did so that he could become like the people he was ministering to. And we intend to follow the example of Christ in our ministry. We can't expect people to listen to us until we have first listened to them.
So something that's stuck with me ever since I was in Bible school, one of my teachers made a comment one time, and he told us that the grace of God will never lead you where it cannot keep you. And that is something that we hold on to and come back to over and over again as we look at possible challenges or hardships along the way. God is sufficient in all things, and his grace, as he leads and as we trust in him, like his grace is sufficient for us. And when we're at our weakest, he shows himself strong. And that is something, the more we think about it, the more excited we get about it, because it's something that God's doing.